Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minesweeper PvP. As of last episode, we are about halfway to our goal of Grandmaster, and I have yet to find someone who can take me down, which I will hope to continue for today, starting at gold 310 points. Alright, so getting it started, we are playing against Verite for the first game of the episode. And if you have a keen memory, or are just big fans of the YouTube channel and the YouTube series, which I'm sure all of you are, you might remember this name from my last episode where I got a good win against them. It's not as much of a coincidence as it could be. This is just a continued on gameplay session from my last video. I just split them out into two, but I did keep on playing. So I guess we were just still queuing up at the same times and matched into each other again. I think this might be my first rematch with someone and looking to not get revenged and get a 2-0. But that goal is looking pretty nice. This is a good win. Comfortable, and look at those stats. I got 111 throughput. What a way to start. Um, and this is another familiar name, which is probably more memorable than the last one. KMSM, in my head at least, is memorable for the disaster game I did. And it must just be their effect on me because I've already hit mine. I had no real reason to hit. Maybe I was nervous trying to redeem myself, and clearly I've not done a great job so far. And this is another instance where I had a safe place to go and I hit the mine instead. But I am much more warmed up this time around, as I said. Still coming off fresh from the games from my last video. But look at this. This is a difficult part to solve, and I kind of give up on trying to find the best option because it was taking me so long. End up taking a 50-50 and losing it. And I'm just really conscious not to do what I did before and hit a bunch of unnecessary mines. So I'm slowing down and trying to be smart. But this is not a very nice game. And look, I'm stuck with no logic again. Hit another mine, which I think was unlucky. And yeah, another instance where 80% I was in the red for a bit. And that's kind of a slow ending, a bit of a nervous one. But I do get the win in the end. A bit less close, and I do solidify the 2-0, but it was much more dangerous than the other 2-0. But finally, we have a new opponent, clean slate. It was being a bit difficult when I was trying to check the stats, so normally I edit that bit out. Wasn't able to this time. It almost delayed me starting the game. But I am feeling quite comfortable, as said. Had some time playing some games. These videos are only like 10 minutes long, and if you think about it, it's quite easy to sit down and play Minesweeper for an hour or something. So, if anything, these videos make me play less PvP, but it's very easy for me to just continue playing and have one session that spans across multiple videos, and it can be quite helpful because I think I'm playing pretty well so far, other than last game. But the last game was difficult. That wasn't so much my fault. And this one, another good one. 113 throughput, which, for those who don't know, essentially just an efficiency score, which doesn't account for wasted clicks, so I like it more. And so that's why I refer to throughput over efficiency. Sometimes I would call it efficiency, but they're essentially the same. This is another new face. I have played against an anonymous before, but not this one. They are a new anonymous. Um, but they're similar times still. I'm still feeling quite comfortable. Got some big numbers, no flagging there, and I get through them all and then panic at the sight of how big all the numbers were or something. So I do hit the mine after that. But I'm still like plus 14 right now. I'm doing quite well for myself. And I can't tell if it's just me, but my eye check right now, it seems like I'm going faster than my last two. Getting into my stride a bit, scaling up a bit as the ranks go, which is what we like to see. Another high efficiency speed game, and into the next game against Max. The times, expert times, creeping up a little bit, but still not in a territory I'm too worried about. You might wonder why, whenever I finish a game, I don't talk about the time, I talk about the efficiency. I realize that's maybe not, doesn't make that much sense for a speed game, but at least for myself, I tend to be playing better when I have high efficiency. For that mine right there that I hit, it might have looked like I just walked into it by accident, but because there was one more click I could have done, but I could see that I would have been forced to 50-50 after that click, no matter what. It is a funny skill that you learn by playing a lot of Minesweeper, is seeing 50-50s from a mile away. Um, Another nice win. And it is a helpful skill because it saved me, I don't know, half a second or something, but it did save me a click or two knowing that I would have to take the 50-50 at some point anyway. But yes, when I'm playing efficiently, I tend to be playing better, and what's at least a style that I want to encourage for myself, so I focus on it a bit more. And another thing, I haven't played this board that much to really know what a time is that I should be pleased with. Um, as I said when I was first releasing these episodes, I think this board is somewhere in between intermediate and expert, but I haven't completely figured it out yet. That's a bit harder to look at the time and go, that's a good one. Whereas efficiency, much easier. I say that 41%, 41 seconds, sorry. It seems like a pretty good time. And again, good efficiency. This is what I mean. Good efficiency means good gameplay, as far as I'm concerned. And we have another rematch. It's kind of the day of rematches today. This one is more familiar for this episode. They're the same anonymous. And I've had some pretty smooth sailing games, I think, up until now, other than the game number 2. They've been pretty comfy, but this one is a bit more awkward so far. Slightly less generous. But I do manage to navigate through it. I'm not surprised that my opponent hit a mine in the process. I think I'm a bit out of the danger zone now, though. I should be able to just finish it off. And make our way to the end of gold. We're almost getting there already. That end section could have been challenging. Actually worked out quite nicely. Another win under my belt. 385 points now against Enka. Maybe another instance of the times creeping up a bit, 71 seconds. But I feel like I'm playing pretty well at the moment, and I'm quite confident. That's some quite nice coordinating, like a little bit of coordinating spree I went on. I think I'm a bit in form right now, which is nice to see. And no 70-second PB will scare me at this point, unless I start getting too big for my boots and hitting mines. But I've been fairly consistent so far. I don't think I've hit really any unnecessary mines other than that one game. And I think my guesses have been, maybe they've just been lucky actually, because I did take a 50-50 in that section. It was looking awkward. I just gone for 50-50 early, so I didn't waste time thinking about it, which could be a good strategy, but it's obviously a bit of a coin flip. And luckily I won it. Made the game look much more smooth than it could have. And we are now one win away from platinum. And very fittingly, in more than one way, we are against Too Lazy to Make a Name. Another rematch. And the rematch is from my promotion match to gold. When I was one win away from gold, I played this person. And now one win away from platinum. They come back. They seem to be the gatekeeper. I think in that gold promotion match, they didn't actually start the game immediately, which I didn't realize. So it's a chance to have a fair match for them. I say fair, but I'm playing quite well, and obviously, based on PBs, I'm the tryhard who's put in probably way more hours than them. And I'm playing pretty well. I'm quite happy with this performance, I think. And there we go. We are promoted to Platinum. Still kept our perfect win rate. Although I will have to say, the colour of the banner does seem to be a bit of a downgrade. I went from my shiny gold colour to a bit of a grey, I would say. You could even argue that the silver and platinum could be switched. But that is just me being picky. And if I really hate the colour of platinum so much, I'll just get the master.